happen in her life.
You ever notice how every generation gets a label? Boomers ruined the economy. Millennials killed casual dining. Gen Z can't look up from their phones. We love sorting people into boxes, arguing who's going to be fine. But there's one woman who keeps getting skipped in that conversation entirely. She packed the lunches this morning. She answered 3 work emails before 8 a.m. She called her mom to check on the appointment, rescheduled the contractor, and still walked into that meeting on time, looking like she had it together. Nobody asked how she managed it. She didn't post about it. She never does. This is the Gen X woman, born between 1965 and 1980, raised in a specific window of history that nobody has fully mapped yet. And what I want to talk about today isn't just who she is. It's why she is that way. Because she didn't just become independent, capable, and quietly exhausted by accident. She was built that way by a set of circumstances that left permanent marks on how she thinks, works, loves, and survives. Picture 1978. You're 8 years old. The school bus pulls away and you walk to your front door. Pull out the key that's been hanging around your neck on a shoelace all day, and you let yourself in. No parent inside. No babysitter, no one to call. You pour some cereal, turn on the TV, and you wait. By 1984, roughly 7 million kids between 5 and 13 were doing exactly that, regularly unsupervised after school. 7 million. But here's what the general Gen X story usually skips for girls. That empty house came with an extra layer. It wasn't just solitude. There was an unspoken expectation humming underneath it all. Mom was working, yes, but when mom got home, the place should look okay. Dishes handled, younger sibling fed, something resembling order maintained. Nobody said it out loud. Nobody had to. The girls absorbed it, the way kids absorb everything, quietly and completely. So you had a generation of young girls learning 2 things at the same time. 1, nobody's coming to rescue you, so you'd better figure it out. 2, the house is your responsibility now, even if you're 9. Psychologists describe that kind of environment as high contingency. Actions connect directly to outcomes, with no buffer zone in between. You don't have a parent to intercept your mistakes or soften the consequences. You made a choice, and you lived inside whatever happened next. That kind of environment does something specific to a developing brain. It wires you to think ahead, to run the scenario before it plays out, to spot the problem before it lands. It also removes something. It removes the instinct to ask for help, because help was never part of the equation to begin with. This is where hyper-independence gets born, and it's worth being precise about what it actually is. It's not a personality type. It's not a strength or a character trait in the way people mean when they say someone's a natural leader. It was a survival response, coded into the nervous system before these girls were teenagers. The brain ran the same calculation over and over. There is no one to call, so stop looking for someone to call. After enough repetitions, it stops generating that option at all. Fast forward 30 or 40 years, and that same woman is sitting in a team meeting watching a project fall apart. She already sees the solution. She could ask someone for help getting there faster, but asking doesn't come naturally. It never has. And somewhere just below conscious thought, it still registers as failure. So she handles it herself. Again, like she always does. The long-term cost of that latchkey childhood isn't that these women can't cope. They cope brilliantly. The cost is that they genuinely struggle to hand anything off. Delegation feels wrong. Needing support feels like a confession. And the woman who could technically ask for help has a brain that spent 4 decades quietly deleting that option before it could surface. She can handle anything. The problem is, she always has to. That empty house set something in motion, but the world waiting outside it made a promise that would eventually make everything worse. Gen X women were the first generation told, loudly and repeatedly, that they could have it all: career, family, personal life, all running at the same time, all at full volume. This wasn't subtle cultural messaging. It was explicit. Magazine covers, after-school specials, the women just ahead of them cracking open corporate doors that had been locked for generations. The message was, the door is open now, walk through it, and everything else will work itself out. Nobody mentioned that the infrastructure for everything else didn't exist. No affordable childcare, no paid parental leave worth the name. Corporate culture built entirely around the assumption that someone at home was handling the rest of life, and that someone was not going to be the man in the meeting. The promise was real. The support system behind it was not. So Gen X women walked through that open door and discovered that on the other side, they were expected to run the career and still run the house, still track the kids, still manage the family calendar, still be the person who remembered the dentist appointments and the school picture days and whose turn it was to bring snacks. They didn't complain, partly because of everything that empty house had already built into them, but also because the promise came with a hidden clause. If you struggle, that's a you problem. You wanted this. You asked for equality. So handle it. And then they looked at their parents and watched the other half of the promise collapse too. Their fathers gave 30 years to companies that handed them a pink slip when the numbers stopped working. Their mothers stayed in marriages long past the point where anything real remained, because that was what you did, because forever was the contract, because leaving felt like failure. Then, throughout the 1970s and 1980s, divorce rates climbed and kept climbing. Gen X girls watched that happen in real time, sometimes in their own living rooms. They watched forever turn into a lawyer's office and a custody arrangement. The lesson didn't need explaining. It went in directly, nothing actually lasts. Anyone who tells you it will is either lying or hasn't hit the wall yet. Psychologists call the resulting mental posture defensive pessimism. You hope the relationship holds, but you keep a financial backup plan. You hope the job is stable, but you don't let yourself need it too much. It looks like cynicism from the outside. It's actually pattern recognition built from watching the adults in the room get it wrong, repeatedly, at scale. Competence became the only thing that felt safe. Not relationships, because those end. Not institutions, because those betray you. Not promises, because those are just words until they're not. But skill that you own. If you're genuinely good at what you do, indispensable in ways that are hard to argue with, maybe the pink slip lands on someone else's desk. So Gen X women made themselves impossible to ignore through actual ability, not visibility. No fanfare, no LinkedIn posts about their professional journey. They just got sharper, faster, and more capable, and they did it quietly because drawing attention felt dangerous, not strategic. The have-it-all promise didn't liberate this generation. It doubled the workload and stripped away the permission to say it was too much. You wanted in, you got in. So carry it. Most of them did. Most of them still are. And when the load gets heavier, which it does, they don't put any of it down. They just adjust their grip and keep walking. And just when the load felt like it had found its ceiling, it didn't. Because now her parents are aging, and nobody is coming to help with that either. There's a term researchers use for what Gen X women are living right now, the sandwich generation, pressed between two sets of needs at the same time, raising kids who still depend on you while simultaneously managing parents who are starting to depend on you too. Doctor's appointments for a teenager and medication schedules for a mother with early memory issues. In the same week, sometimes the same day. School pickup and driving dad to his cardiology follow-up. And somewhere in the middle of that, a full-time job that doesn't pause for any of it. Gen X women are the ones most likely to be doing both of those things right now. Not because they volunteered, but because they're the ones who know how. Because they've always been the ones who know how. What makes this psychologically distinct is the logistics. It's what happens to your sense of self when your own needs permanently sit at the bottom of the list. Not occasionally, not during a hard season. Permanently. You stop thinking of your needs as things that belong in the schedule, They become the overflow category, the stuff you get to if everything else somehow clears, which it never does. Over time, that pattern doesn't just become a habit. It becomes an identity. The woman who handles things stops being able to imagine being the woman who needs things. And none of the work shows up anywhere visible. The mental load carried by women in this position is staggering in its specificity tracking. Which parent takes which medication, and when the refill needs to happen, remembering which kid has a conflict Thursday and which teacher responds to email versus phone, holding the emotional state of two generations simultaneously while also meeting a deadline. None of that appears on a resume. It doesn't get acknowledged in a performance review. It generates no LinkedIn posts, no applause, no recognition of any kind. It's just done, invisibly, continuously, by her. Economic pressure runs underneath all of it. As we saw earlier, this generation got hit by recession after recession, and that financial anxiety didn't fade when the markets recovered. It baked in. So alongside the caregiving and the parenting and the career, there's a constant low-level calculation running in the background. What does this cost? What if something breaks? What's the backup plan if the backup plan fails? Financial stress and caregiving stress don't just add together. They compound each other, each one making the other harder to carry. And she still won't ask for help. That's the part that doesn't change. The latchkey programming, the defensive self-sufficiency she...
Wait, he's recording though. He's still. Oh, I'm in the video. Oh, but nobody in there though. Oh, somebody calling him?
No, she was in our group and stuff, and literally the project. She came to class, and then we said we were working at the end of class. She ended up leaving. Why would you leave and be finna work on your shit today? And literally when she left, that was the last time we see her. She has been in class. And then out of nowhere, she randomly wanted to send everybody a fucking email to her. I started
like a week later.
Not even a week. That was literally a few days ago. She said she sent the email to everybody in the group talking about she came with some slides and she got this and she got that. Baby, we already done. We done been turned in part A, part B. You want to come in and part C?
I guess I'm by myself now.
Girl, yeah. They're talking about you didn't get kicked. Yes, you did got kicked. We regrouped.
I didn't want to say it because I'm too nice.
It's right. She was like, well, that's up to her. I was like, man, what happened? Like,
yeah, she was in our group and then her ass went MIA. So we regrouped and we started working on
and we made a new group chat.
Oh, made a new group chat. She wasn't texting that motherfucker. I mean, she said something, but like
she didn't have
that shit. The whole chat went quiet. The whole chat went quiet. She wasn't going up to class.
That's the girl.
We didn't.
Y'all hear feel bad.
I mean,
she said that. She said she did admit. She said she missed a few classes. She did miss like she wasn't there in some semester.
It was probably like at least like a week.
Since part A started.
Since part A started, she was not in class.
She hasn't, but I told her, yeah.
We didn't see her, and then she randomly, literally like yesterday or like a few days ago, she wanted to send everybody an email.
She said that.
Talking about she came out with the slides and doing all this work, and she's like, baby, we been done. We already did on that part A, part B. You just
already we were working together 24 hours. Okay, I said to everybody like, you do this, do whatever. I don't care. Do this. We have to get girl. We work together. Yeah, I felt the same way.
Present whatever the slides that she came up with. She can present that, but you won't be a part of this group because you ain't.
So she doing the same economic issue that y'all did.
I think she was talking about doing homelessness on some shit. I think fucking up.
But I was gonna kick Brittany from my group. She didn't. I didn't care who friend she was. She definitely my friend, but baby, I play by my grades. By my grades, I don't play.
It is what it is.
By my grades, I never played.
That's the girl who's sitting next to the door.
Stay right next to me again.
She, if she would have came to class, we could have
made some shit.
You could have, but we didn't even see you.
But
we just now seeing you for first time.
I know. I missed a couple of classes, but I still been there, got my work done. She played.
And then got to have someone to be added to the slide. No, you didn't do no work.
Yes,
we didn't see you
today.
Why do you think that we would add you to our shit and you ain't put it no?
Yeah.
Your ass been MIA.
Say MIA.
You randomly just popped up out the blue like, They've been working on it.
And then how did it end up with only 2 of y'all?
I was just talking with her about it. She said that she didn't come to class one day, you know, when the group chat made
Who?
Diamond.
Oh,
Who's
the girl
Diamond?
that was in our group.
No, I'm talking about y'all. How did y'all end up with only 2 people?
Oh, because it's like 2 girls that are online in our group, and she said that she transferred online because something happened on campus. And then one of our group, and she said she was supposed to come down here to present with us, and she talked about something happened, but we had already picked this day out. So I'm just like, okay. And then the other person, he talked about his tire flew off on the highway, but I don't know. I've been doing.
That's why I hate group projects.
Yeah.
That's why I hate group projects, bro.
I've been doing all the work by myself. I just been having them send it, and then I just been putting it all on the paper, cause it don't, I don't know. But they all been we all chat GPT, but like you keeping
Hello.
the dashes in it, keeping the bold.
Oh, she kept the dash stuff.
Like keeping the bold print in it, like come on now. Like, you're not even trying.
All chat
Like, what
GPT,
you-
but
like,
That's confidence.
oh no. I think everybody uses GPT for this project. A little cool vibe.
Wait, did y'all start job project for this class though?
The
Fiber
paper?
paper?
Yeah, I started it.
Yeah,
But it's not due until, it's
You're not
tomorrow.
even
It's
trying.
tomorrow?
the
Yeah.
first. I don't have 6 pages, but I have
Oh, she
something.
kept the dashes.
I'm gonna keep
Oh,
going.
she
Yeah.
Like,
Why y'all usually y'all bringing them?
I'm using a little bit of both.
Yeah.
A little bit of
What
both.
you playing?
What's that?
We got the dash.
The part of the she did chat GPT, but she didn't take the dashes out.
Like-
Low.
Like the big letters, the big
Parentheses.
words.
Like, that big. She did paraphrase and equalize.
Like,
You said.
I'm gonna take her name off the group. Cause you playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you not here?
What, what's her name on it?
Yeah.
Oh, you played. You played.
So I didn't even know who she is.
Damn near everybody showed up. Everybody showed up.
I was just about to say, in that class, I never seen that
Yeah,
many people.
yeah.
I'm sorry I walked in on that.
I just said that like
Sorry, Papa.
everybody did.
Hold on. Group project here, I'm not sure if it's not.
Yes, I'm for the project. So we I started for this class, right?
Hello.
Yeah.
And she's so quiet.
And she only uses her phone for everything.
Yeah, she don't have a iPad, a computer, or nothing. Mm-mm.
I don't know.
I'm in class. What's going on?
I can't use my phone for my work.
It's small.
I hope somebody was up in there.
No, but I was at Springfest on my phone doing my quiz though, in the middle of the party.
She probably got it sounded like you just kicked her out.
She probably did.
I mean,
I don't know who was up
Give me the email y'all. She finna email all y'all.
She didn't email me.
It ain't nothing. She just need, just present with this.
Cause I don't want to go to class on Tuesday. Like, I want it to be done, but you can go support
Well, sophomore,
me.
right? Can I get your feedback what your sophomore year was? Like,
You was talking, you were a freshman.
Based on what?
just your sophomore year in general, like what classes you took as a social work major, and what classes which classes you like shared throughout the sophomore year, which was just
Wait. Oh, the advisor came. Wait.
What's going on? She's being recorded.
I have a presentation due
Oh.
Tuesday, and I have to write like let me put my camera on.
Honestly, my classes messed up my freshman year, and they thought I was a criminal justice major. So
Girl.
I had to stack like my second semester of freshman year,
Wait,
and I had to pay extra to take a whole bunch of credits. So.
yeah, and I'm not no sophomore.
What year are you?
Something.
Come here. So I'm doing a
Everybody got
presentation
practice.
class, and I need to talk about like what I'm going to keep in my sophomore year or something like that. And you see, I'm not a sophomore.
So you don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, she
So
said
I
that
just want to know what you think.
she wasn't responding to group chat, or nobody was saying that in the group chat, and she didn't come to
You
class.
just like tell
for a
me
couple
what
days,
classes
and
you took
then
as a sophomore and what classes you think I should take as a
Y'all
sophomore.
know the group chat.
Just say some stuff
She wasn't included.
about your
She mad as fuck.
Okay, that's not.
So I can summarize and put in my words.
I can't remember everything. She literally been going since part A started, and she just came back with the shit.
You're for sure going to
Huh?
take,
She didn't do her papers?
you're going
I don't
to
know
take
what the fuck she
intro,
is, like-
you're gonna take intro to social welfare, and you're gonna most likely take intro to social work. We've already in this class as a freshman. But you'll probably end up taking another one of Miss Karen's courses, which is Child and Family Services. You'll meet her eventually. Have you met Miss Jackson yet? You'll probably meet her too.
I know some internships to take too.
Talk to Dr. Hunt
Uh-huh. She'll get you set up with that UPP program.
or Karen. That's if you want to do that.
Yeah.
But you don't have to, you can go find your own, and as long as they can like sign off on it, they can use that.
That's also talk to her about the internship.
Yeah, you can use that as, your general practice, because you need that for this right here. Oh.
Because it's a little lie. She want me to.
Do y'all know any storage unit?
Is that what?
No?
Yes.
My grandma just got me one.
My friend had to drive like 30 minutes to me. It's not one like close by here, because she.
It's from Insignia.
She wanted climate control.
So
See, I ain't that fancy, see, I just need, I just need a small storage, like my TV, my headboard, you know, my shelf, little shit, cause I ain't taking all that shit. I put it right where, Indiana. I just take them clothes and shoes, that's it, everything else is stay right here in that storage room.
Smart Stop self-storage.
Hold on, wait, hold on.
Smart Stop self-storage.
Zinga, how much she be paying?
I don't even know how much you pay, but it's a small one.
That's why I do a real small, I know, ain't the first month free, or no?
I don't even know how that shit go. My grandma did all that shit.
My mom grown and shit, I hate being grown. And where is he at? Cause he don't even have time.
We don't pause this little computer shit.
Because it was
This
loud.
video's still going though.
It was loud.
Also said, there you go.
I forgot my own classes.
So when you said you started yours, or you didn't start yours, you started your final?
I mean, I started a little bit.
Yeah, I'm on like the third page.
Period. I think I have to.
Using your, no,
Yeah.
I think I'm using ChatGPT.
I don't need ChatGPT to write this paper. You talking about yourself.
We talk about our families. I just want to get it going.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
write with my family because I'm trying to write some shit.
Just think about your backstory.
I don't really have
And
it.
just,
Like how you grow up on some shit.
yeah.
I was all that.
How did you get to
All I
college?
did was write. I don't
You
know.
can lie on there.
How was high school?
I'm writing about how my uncle was in jail before I was even born. Like he was in jail when he was 16. He's been there till
He's the
now to
only
this day. So I can't really. I don't
I
really
think
have a
on
lot
the
of
syllabus
stuff to
too, I just
write.
on the syllabus.
So I was gonna tell my mom, my aunties and stuff, like his siblings, to get me some stuff, like how they affected their life of him leaving and stuff like that.
It's how it affected you though.
How many
Yeah, but
siblings
there's
you
not a
got?
lot of stuff about me.
Like how did you grow up?
But you can also,
parents'
like what I did
house.
was, I went to ChatGPT and it had me like plug in my
Are you doing
information,
good on your
and then
paper?
it made the paragraph for me. And I
Oh,
Is this one secret?
When I lock in, yes. I mean, I only got 2 pages, but like, yeah, I started off with like my name, my family, brothers and sisters, how many I got, what's their name.
Yeah.
Then I just started talking about the relationship between me and my dad growing up, their parenting styles, and now I'm gonna start talking about me and my mom relationship, which is hectic as fuck. There's pages of that shit.
Yeah.
So,
I just talked about
Yeah.
like the order that me and my siblings were born, how my step family got integrated in my family, and how I ended up in college. That's where I'm at right now. 3 pages in. I'll probably get to like the 5th one today.
It's not on there.
Finish up.
Yeah,
some
yeah,
other
for
For the
the
duration, it should talk about
highlight.
for the
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
it should
How
talk
this was the story behind that.
If it's not, like,
It's not.
if it's not on there, you just told us just to write it about us.
This is all the only directions for 6-page paper? Girl, yes.
But I could have sworn, though, I could have sworn.
That's what I've been going back to, trying to refer to, and all the little theories and shit. I don't even think what I got going on qualify for any of those theories.
I don't think he's even gonna check for all
Okay,
that.
because I don't think I'm
He's
gonna
definitely
use
not.
any of them.
I think it's just like a reference thing.
There you go.
I don't got nothing.
Where you been at?
Getting a summer job,
You know what?
getting a summer job.
How was your home?
She did survive it. She is alive.
Okay, good.
She gets out like Friday, hopefully. They drain like that much out of her lungs,
Oh, wow.
blood. Like that can stop you from breathing. Like, so they put drains in the side.
It's right here. It's on the syllabus.
Instructions how to write the paper.
Yeah, it's right here.
Turned
It's all
in Friday.
I can give you
Huh?
a layout.
How long have you not been here?
Cause that's what that's.
Not been?
That's what I need, like, a layout.
Oh. Shoot, I thought that I had run a YouTube for you guys. Looks like I'm 5 minutes late. Oh, you did? It made it to 11 minutes. And then this one has been running.
Oh, no, like we did pause your little video.
You're like, this is annoying.
I'm like, it's recorded.
She built in an empty house.
Right, where it say like this little part is right here. Right, look. Yep, you go.
So it's been running 25. You guys stopped it at 11.
I thought you never the same thing that's on the DCL.
That's what I was going to ask you about, though. Has any of you seen this?
Psychology of genetics women.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is the only instructions for the paper on the syllabus right here?
Yes.
Okay.
Was somebody presenting anything?
What were you
Today.
doing?
You've probably all done it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did hire you.
Woo.
Did you see the email?
Yes.
So, dude is stricter than me, but we'll get it done. We have a summer class, 3333, and it's intro to horticulture therapy. Which did you get any food out of the either food pantry or the snacks down the hall?
What's next?
And then this has even more snacks. I was going to go in here, but I didn't want to be rude.
Right there.
In front of, I was just about to say, that one just
Where?
outside.
No. Down on the other side of the hall, there is like a
You did like
box.
pieces in there, I'm not gonna lie. If it's still some, yeah, cause last week I seen that, but.
Yes. And then this has the real deal, but we weren't going for 20 minutes. Our class is this today. And we weren't going for 20 minutes. I do that all the time. Here we go.